Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project. Gonna be heading out towards doing dealer visits today, but thought I'd pull over in one of the most peaceful spots in Wisconsin that you can be at, minus some traffic that'll go by probably to cause some loudness. But sitting at the boat ramp in Hillsboro, and boy, what I tell you, what a gorgeous place. I'll actually turn the camera around. There's the highway. There is the small pond that is now back with water, as we know. As we know, the dam was taken out on a flood a few years back. They fixed that, and there is now water back in Hillsboro. And it is beautiful. Goes by the hospital, very peaceful. So, the Moose Minute Project, labeled today, be clear and be consistent. So, make sure you have clear goals. Make sure you are doing things and being consistent. If you have a business, make sure your goals are clear to all that work for you. And be consistent with also upholding the rules and things that you put in place. So if you're going to start things, make sure you follow through with them. Make sure that if there's disciplines involved, there has to be those that are consistent and taken care of also. But in your personal life, in order to get what we want, we need to be clear about how to get there. We need to be clear on exactly what we want. If you just make the statement, I want to have more money this year than I did last year, and you make $1 more, you hit that goal. If you made $10 more, you hit that goal. So make sure you're clear on what you actually want. Do you want $100,000 in the bank by the end of the year? There's nothing wrong with that. But also then, how are you going to get there? And have an idea to get there. You've got 5 months. 5 months till the end of the year. So how can we start doing that? Let's start making some changes. Let's start writing things down. Let's get clear and precise on how we want to get there. And then follow through with that. And what steps are you going to take to make sure that happens? So do not rely on your memory. I've tried to do that with this project alone. I come up with some really good things that I think about, and I want to cover that. And I forget to write them down, and then I forget. A little while later, it pops back up, and I'm like, yep, that's what it was. So, might be the age, just might be memory, might be that memory overload, but write it down. Heard this morning, use your car as a learning tool, and you will also have, just in drive time, you will have a master's education just in drive time. Which, like Sunday, prime exam, or Saturday, when I went to Hudson, I'm in the vehicle for 6.5 hours. I listened to a lot of things, from music for a while just to clear my head, but then also podcasts, teaching clips, to mental, just clarity things to help with that, things that I can do to make my life calmer and better and improve those kind of things. So make sure you do that, and you'll have a whole lot of education just in drive time alone. If you drive a lot, it's perfect time to listen to audiobooks, to listen to motivational things, and that's what'll be on today. For me, I listen to a lot of Spotify, positive things, just things like that. So, the one thing that's been on my mind a lot lately is the negative versus positives of many things, whether it's the upcoming election, to candidates, to news source. You know, if we're all saying there's all this fake news and there's all this BS news and it's right or left, right and left both have it, we have to be smart enough to be able to decipher multiple programs. We cannot be locked in and just listen to, I think, if I remember, Fox News for one. A lot of people on the other side, or whatever side you're on. So they lock into that. The other group locks into CNN. Whatever it may be. We have to be smart enough to decipher both sides. And then we also have to be smart enough that there is negatives being brought up about both sides and some positives about both sides. But we have to be smart enough to decipher what is good and what is bad. And at some time, you have to accept the negative things about your candidate as well. You have to not just, I hear all of a sudden negative about my candidate, so I'm going to blast 27 negative things back at the other guy, so my negatives don't look that bad. Let's face it, there's negatives for both of our presidential candidates for sure, both of our congressional candidates, any of the political candidates. There are positive and negatives. If you are truly someone that wants a better America, there is positives and negatives for both sides. So how can we get them to combine, or how can we work together to get where we want and want to be? That is where the clear, concise, and consistency comes into play that I'm talking about. We have to be very clear, we have to be very concise, and we have to educate ourselves in the good and the bad. I think that's why the Bible has multiple stories of really good people and multiple stories of really bad people, is so we can figure out what side. Jim Rohn, that I listened to this morning, said your library should include a book about Hitler and a book about Gandhi. And it's true. Our mental library should have stories of both, because it is an honest-to-God truth of there is good and there is bad. Hitler, for a prime example to me, I can't imagine living in Germany at the time, what it was like. But there were a lot of people thinking he was doing great things. He was doing a lot of great things, they thought. And if they didn't think that, it didn't go well for them. So they were forced to do that. It's not that it's just stuff we have to think about. And I'm not doing it to be sad about it. It's just being educated. Be a well-rounded individual. Have very good goals. Have precise goals. If you're complaining about going to work every day and you hate the thought of going to work, I know what that's like. I did that for many years. I hated every day going to work. And thank God that's over for me right now. I'm so blessed to be not in that part of it. But you have to make some changes. Well, Chris, financially I can't. Well, I will tell you that at some point it's going to bite you, and financially will be a struggle, because at some point it's going to deteriorate your health and deteriorate other things as well, and your mental health and just where you are personally. So that's the Moose Minute Project this morning. That was the things, and I've got plenty of more notes on where I was with that. But yeah, educate yourself on both sides of wherever you are. And this isn't just a political thing, whether it's financially, whether it's health-wise. Take your time, study what you're up to, study where you want to be, make those goals, be positive and negatives. Don't let the negatives overrun things. Don't let little voices in your heads, such as fear, ruin what could happen. But take time to really sit down and come up with a game plan on how to be where you're going to want to be. And then use the time wisely. You know, there's nothing wrong with unwinding with a television show or whatever it may be. But also take time, especially like days like today, where it's sunny and beautiful. Take your time to be outside for a little bit. If you need a break, take that break. Call a time out. Go outside, take a deep breath, recalibrate, and get back at it. That's where everybody is, especially if you're in the sales world. Sales is a hard job. I know, being like the nurses and things too. I can't imagine, like my wound care team that has taken care of me so many times. I can't imagine the stresses and all of that they're under. Take that much needed break. Say, hey boss, you know what? I need 5 minutes. I just need to recalibrate. I don't think any boss would ever hold you back there. If the 5 minutes is turn into every 10 minutes you need a 5 minute, then there's a problem. But if you just need that little bit of time to recalibrate, take a deep breath, get back at it, ask your boss for that time, and go from there. Or find your place like a boat landing in Hillsboro and take a deep breath, and then come up with a game plan and get back at it. Get that blood pressure under control. Take some deep breaths, and that's been proven to lower heart rate and all that good stuff. And then hug your loved ones, because the time is not promised here on this good earth. So thank you all for listening to this. I know it's I just truly appreciate it. Sometimes I wonder if it makes sense, but it does to me, and it's my channel, so that's where I'm at. But hopefully you guys all have a great year, and looking forward to finishing out this year strong. Like I said, we've got 5 months to make a big change. In 5 months, a lot can happen. So concentrate on the next, making a change today, and then continue to make that change every day, and pretty soon it'll be a habit, kind of like the Moose Minute Project. Love this project. So again, it's in honor of my mom, who's battling late stage Alzheimer's, and I am going to be 18 days away. I am 18 days away from celebrating 7 years post-stroke. Left hand, all good. Back, nerve endings and things are a little different. But thanks for tuning into the Moose Minute Project. And as always, if you want to watch the other videos, they are on my channel on YouTube as well. But you can search the Moose Minute Project on YouTube, and you will find them also. Thank you very much, and have a great day. And as always, if you can bless someone, take the time to do so. And like I said, it doesn't have to be financially. If you can, great. But if not, is there clothes you can donate to a shelter? Is there anything that can happen there? You know, do you have children's clothes that can go to a woman's shelter, or, you know, ladies' clothes, or if you can help with a men's shelter, or however that can happen? Those are the kind of blessings I'm talking. I don't want to burden anybody financially, but if you can just hold the door open for somebody, or thank a veteran when you see them, or thank a police. So have a great day. We lost contact there, and take care soon. We will see you tomorrow morning with another Moose Minute Project.